We are in a tropical rainforest. Hopefully we'll finish this video before it starts to dump. This forest would have been logged 35, 40 years ago. It's considered a secondary rainforest. You can tell that by looking into the forest itself. Most of the trees are a fairly uniform size, 6, 8, 10 inches in diameter. Something like this tree would have been a seedling when they cut through here 35, 40 years ago. Most of the nutrients in the rainforest are tied up in the biomass itself, in the plants. There's a very small cap underneath those plants. They have very long root systems. You can see here on the path the organic material falling from the trees, but very, very thin. When you log this, very quickly all this runs off. I've often said that the #1 export for Costa Rica is topsoil. The rivers run red when it rains really hard from all the soil and organic material being washed into them. This tree is sort of prototypical. It has what's called a buttress root. Now, buttress, you think of maybe the cathedrals of Europe with their flying buttresses supporting the walls from falling out. In reality, this acts more like a giant retaining cable. It's preventing the tree from going the other direction. When scientists work in the rainforest, they have a sort of arbitrary classification. We start off with the forest floor. You then have the understory, the canopy, and then occasionally you'll see one tree protruding from the forest way up into the sky, and that's called the emergent layer. So it's forest floor, forest floor, understory, canopy, emergent layer. As we classify horizontally, we have primary forest. One of these trees gets caught in a windstorm, falls, and it rips out an area the size of a football field. That's called a light gap. And as the forest grows back, it becomes secondary forest. So horizontally, we have primary, secondary, and light gaps. Each one of those have different species. Obviously, there's plenty of crossover. There may be birds that are flitting through all these different systems, but there are insects, for example, that are only found in light gaps. There are other insects that are only found in the canopy. So the amount of biodiversity in a rainforest is infinitely greater than is found, say, in North America or Europe. In the Amazon, there may be 400 trees in 1 acre. That's more tree species, I believe, than there are in all of Europe.